Welcome back to Universal Devils. I hope you guys are staying safe and doing well. And Manchester United won, Everton won. Guys, it's games like these. I don't even know where to start, how to introduce you guys, how to even get into any form of conversation. So, if anyone wants to take it away, anyone wants to talk about whatever's there in your heart, like just spit it out. Who wants to go first?
Luke.
Go on, Sam, mate. You go first, mate.
Wait, I don't know where
I don't know where to start.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll start with it.
Okay.
You know, when you sit down and you write notes for the entire game, and you have a first half section, you have a second half section, and more or less when you're talking about the game, it all looks positive, more or less. Things are going fine, especially the first half. Then you enter the second half, and the routine is the same. We're playing the same way, and suddenly there's one moment of a counter attack. It was as simple as that. One counter attack. We will get to the players because I'm fucking frustrated with the field. One moment of counter attack. They scored. Townsend goes and does the Sue. Absolute asshole, but fair enough. And then what do we do with the game? What the fuck do we do with the game? In fact, instead of going up, it just went flat. I mean, that's basically what I saw this entire game. And how do you want to, anyone wants to take it from there?
It's like all your notes will be directly going in the bin. Doesn't matter.
All right, come on, guys. We need to talk. What's up? What's happening? Your first initial thoughts.
I don't know. I honestly thought that the first half, guys, was pretty good. I thought that this was the turnaround. I thought that, there was a lot of, as Ollie always goes on about, energy. That's one of his favourite words in his press conferences, which, to be honest with you, does my head in. But there was good energy, Greenwood was looking good. I thought Cavani was looking good. Obviously, Bruno, as always. Scott McTominay's been dismal the last few games. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe just a bit of time to get back into his football. He's been out for a while. So I thought, even at the back, Lindelof and Varane looked all right. Wan-Bissaka was quite good going forward. Everything was just above average, everything was. We were getting balls in the box. We were dinking the ball around. You could feel that there was a goal coming. You could feel it. Even in the first 10 minutes of the second half, that was still sort of there. Funny enough, when he made the changes, it just changed, didn't it? The game went the opposite direction of what we saw in the first half. Everyone always gets on Fred's back, and sometimes rightly so. He has had some dismal performances. I thought the first half he was really good. I thought he was right to come off though as well. I thought Pogba was very average when he came on. Personally, he had a bit of energy because he came on as a sub, but I didn't see, no world-class changing moment from him that you'd expect from a player of class. Ronaldo was quite quiet. Man, like I've said, you guys know me, I've said this a few times. I've said for a long time, I personally don't think Ollie's the man to take us forward. He's done great to get us out of the negative sort of loophole we fell into, under the Van Gaal and Mourinho era. But if we want to see Manchester United compete for titles, I've said for a long time he's not the man, and I don't think the coaching staff is either. And I'm going to stick by that. And I know people will be like, oh, they jumped the gun, and everyone's got their opinion. I respect that. I'll listen to it. But I don't see a team out there that has ideas that should be. Put it this way: if you saw Liverpool, right, lose to Aston Villa at home, draw to Southampton away when they did, lose to Young Boys, and now draw to Everton at home, would you be saying what's going on with Liverpool, or what's going on with Man City? That's what I'm saying. Manchester United have a world-class team, but we look clueless on the pitch, and to me, that just comes down to how we're setting up. That's how I feel.
Tanmay, I'm going to come to you with this question now, taking exactly from where Luke left. Do you think, the first thing I want to ask you, Tanmay, I felt the same thing. Do you think that the game actually changed in terms of after making the subs? And secondly, why? And this is a question for everyone in general. Why the fuck do we play like this at Old Trafford? Why can we not win games at Old Trafford. Why do we always fucking drop points at Old Trafford? What's that? What's the voodoo? What's the problem? No fans, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so I feel like after scoring the goal, Martial was having some kind of issue. He got a knock or something like that.
Yeah, he was injured.
So, yeah, he was injured. So, Sancho coming in was appropriate, and Sancho played quite well, if you ask me. He was looking good. But calling in Ronaldo for Cavani, because we all saw against Villarreal the energy that Cavani had, the way he made that particular run and won the ball back. We all felt like the ball will be going for a goal kick. But that substitution, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like bringing in Ronaldo.
But then he was always about to come on. There was no two ways about it. And I don't think any one of us had an issue also when he came on, because we all kind of expected him to come on.
Yeah, we expected him to come on, and we all thought that Ronaldo will be coming in and scoring the goal that we all felt. But it's a match like I'm more upset because if you compare our team and Everton's team, Everton had major injury issue. Calvert-Lewin was not there, Richarlison was not there. So it's a match where you can go and beat them by 3-0, 4-0. You can't just go and destroy them. And we lost against such a weak team. Rondon was their main attacker. Come on, Rondon was their main attacker. A guy like Townsend scored a goal against you. What are you guys doing?
So let's pick up the tempo. Let's not be Manchester United right now. Let's pick up the tempo and get to the points. And let's talk about the goal that we scored first, and then the goal that we conceded. The goal that we scored first, it felt like it was going the way things were. Like it was inevitable. That goal was inevitable because you're playing some beautiful football across the pitch. Everyone was passing at a high tempo, and that goal was coming. Any thoughts for Anthony Martial and how his performance was?
Martial was great, and the strike by him was fucking amazing. And it's great to see that he has started scoring goals, and it was his first goal for this season. And I hope that he can continue his form like this, because if he doesn't, then probably in Jan window, United has told him that we are open for him and we can allow him to leave the club. And we have put around 40 million price tag on him.
How would you feel if he left, Tanmay?
Sorry?
How would you feel that if he left? If he left, would you feel a bit gutted?
Yes, I will. Because Anthony Martial is one of my favorite players, but consistency is an issue with him. First of all, the day when he made his debut, he scored the goal against Liverpool. That was the thing. And thing is that look what I have felt with Martial is like when there is no other centre forward in the team. Like, do you remember a couple of seasons ago, we were going with Greenwood, Rashford and Martial. And all three of them were literally better than Liverpool's attacker. All like Salah,
Mane, they all scored 20 plus goals and they had like almost a good season.
And the moment Cavani came in, the form of Martial went downhill.
Yeah,
it's like he can't perform.
Yeah, I feel that there's still a player in Martial, and I'm not too fussed if we see him leave because we've got Cavani and Ronaldo, but and obviously we've got Sancho, Rashford, Greenwood, even Lingard. You know, like I thought Lingard would leave at least. But if Lingard's staying, then I feel, where does Martial fit in? And I think this is one of Ollie's biggest problems. He's struggling to find balance in this team right now. That's why. Let's be real. And I like Sancho. I like what he brings to the team. But 70 million, we could have had an NDD. We could have had.
It doesn't make any sense.
CDM. I know. It's baffling. And you've got to look at this team and be like, this is Ollie's team. You can't say this is Jose Mourinho's team anymore. Look how many players that he's plucked out and brought in. Unless, I don't know what happened with Donny van de Beek, whether it was Ollie signing or not, and he's trying to make a point. But he's got a team that's not just good first 11, he's got a stacked bench as well. And we can't put people like Southampton, Everton, got, moment of class against West Ham, lost the young boys, lucky against Villarreal. Fuck, man.
Actually, Paras, there is a thing. I don't think do you remember that we were talking about this issue? Like we were talking like who are the oldest backroom staff? Like who all are there? And if we see Kieran McKenna is there, Michael Carrick is there, and all of them are pretty young. I think so. Kieran McKenna is having an experience of 5 years or even less than that. And if we see Chelsea's backroom staff, Liverpool backroom staff, Man City's backroom staff, look at their experience. So that is an case. So we need to get a proper backroom staff people. We need people who have experience because Ole is a young manager. He needs someone to guide him.
So are we now really are we all in the same boat when we're saying that it's looking like it's less to do with the players and more with the coaching staff? Are we all shipping the same boat now? Luke?
I've been there for a very long time, to be honest with you. So, even when we won against Paris a couple of years back, it's. I don't know if you guys ever watched the United stand with Mark Goldbridge and Moments FC. He says it's 100% correct. When Moments FC, we rely on someone pulling off a worldie or something, and I just feel it's not good enough. And I'm pretty sure I said the first time I was on here with you, Paris, I've said, I hope Ollie proves me wrong. I hope next season we go and win the quadruple and, someone can be like, hey, you wore an Ollie out. Perfect. I'm happy to be proven wrong. I never want Manchester United to lose so I can be right about Ollie. But I have to go with how I feel. And he's not the man. Like him, Michael Carrick, McKenna, we just see it. Every time we have a chance to go top of the league, every chance we have a chance to go through to a final or win a final, we never do. And that's where the smaller, like Jose Mourinho, when we played against Ajax and we won in the Europa League, that Europa League final against Ajax, that was a good Ajax team, a young team that were, moving into what they became 2 or 3 years later. And look what they did in the Champions League. Donny even said it himself, like Jose was smart with his tactics. I don't feel comfortable going into any game with Ollie. Like, next up, we've got Leicester and Man City and Liverpool. We'll probably go and beat Man City, beat Leicester and draw with Liverpool, and he saves his job. But ultimately, at the end of the season, are we going to win the Premier League? No. Are we going to win the Champions League? No. Maybe the FA Cup. Maybe. I doubt it though. If we come across Liverpool, City or Chelsea, I personally don't see it. I don't see a manager who can give us that cutting edge with some of these world-class players. Like Donny van de Beek doesn't perform, doesn't get played, and when he does get played, doesn't really perform. Sancho, there's just so many, Martial, there's so many players that aren't at their best. And it's like, yeah, you can blame the players, and sometimes that's necessary, but how many times do we have to see players not performing and then blaming the player? For me, I'm getting pretty sick of the coaching. I really am.
Tanmay, before I come to you, this is one thing that I keep saying, and I've been saying this right from the start of the season, that at the end of the day, we are in a position now wherein 99%, I think the manager has been backed. We have the players required. Yeah. It's going to be the season now where we can sit back and see what Ollie and his coaching staff are really made of. At the moment, right now, things are not looking nice because even as someone who wants to back him, I'm sure even every one of us wants to back him. But at the end of the day, you cannot keep ignoring what you are seeing right now. You cannot keep ignoring the facts. It is so blatantly obvious. It doesn't even take much for our team to just crumble. It doesn't. It just needs, like today's example, one counter attack and we're gone. And at the end of the day, I kept telling myself before we came on that how many of these games we put on individuals. All right, it was this player's fault. This person fucked up. He fucked up. He shouldn't have done this. He shouldn't. At the end of the day, the manager decides who plays. At the end of the day, he decides to put in the players on the pitch. And Fred, right from the Wolves game, you could see that he can easily be shoved away from the ball. Today, he had a decent game on the ball.
Yeah, first half. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. First half.
No, go for it.
Yeah. Yes. So in first half, Fred was decent. The way he made that particular pass to Cavani, it was great. But in the second half, he could have made the tackle. So if he would have made that tackle, the counter attack would have stopped at that particular moment. normally we see Fred making tackles when there is no need. But the moment when he needs to make a tackle, he's not making it.
Yeah.
So let's
look,
get on that goal.
I do think he could have done a tactical foul, but I don't want to blame Fred because I don't want to get on like the Fred sort of bandwagon of blaming him. But like, I think you made a very good point there, Paris, that with how many times can you keep pointing the finger at, like, even if you're not an ollie out, you're fully ollie in, how many times can you keep pointing the finger at the players and then the same result keeps happening every season? We just fall short when we have a chance of going top, a chance of going into a final, a chance of winning a final. Mate, we've got Leicester, Atalanta, Liverpool, Spurs, Atalanta, Manchester City, and then Watford, and then Villarreal, Chelsea, Arsenal as our next, 9-10 games?
So we'll lose the Watford game then.
Probably.
Nah, man, it's you know what? It's so fucking irritating to come and sit and talk about a game. Go for it.
Yeah, like we are playing well against big teams and we are losing against such shit teams. Like I can't understand like how the fuck it's happening.
I think we all understand how it's happening. It's just that we've always not wanted to admit it. Is frankly what I'm realizing now.
I feel like players don't want to play against big teams.
Address the elephant in the room, Paris. Say what it is.
No, the fact of the matter is that it's making excuses is no longer possible using the players. At the end of the day, what happens? We cannot play against a low block team. We've been saying this in the last 3 years. We've had players coming in. We've had time. The last video that I did with Red United TV, Ivorian Spice, he made a very clear and obvious point, there is nothing more you can argue with that. You bring in a coach, you bring in a manager. Look, Tanmay, both of you, even in your day-to-day lives, if you have a manager, if you're working for someone, you will see the changes in your work culture. You will see the obvious way he wants to play the game. He will make sure that it's dictated to you guys. And if not in 1 week, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, you will see that happening. You will see that happening around.
Right,
we just don't see it. We just don't see it. It's been 3 years now. I feel the same. We don't see it.
No, I don't see it. Can you try and imagine like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer trying to sit down and go over tactics, players like Ronaldo? Like, did you see the coach sitting down with him before he came on and going taking him through the tactical? Yeah, it's just like, I wonder if Ronaldo's like, did you see Ronaldo's body language when he was?
Yeah, Ronaldo was ignoring. It's like, I don't give a damn what you are telling me.
Yeah, but did you see him when he was walking off the pitch after we lost?
Yes.
Drew, sorry.
Yes.
He was not. That was a player who looked very, very pissed off with what just happened. So I don't know. We all it takes is 1 or 2 big names in that dressing room to start, especially Ronaldo and Bruno. Once 2 of these players start getting on his back about doubting him, as soon as you start hearing those concerns, as soon as you start hearing about it, then you know that there's something up. And I think we could be weeks away from Ollie losing his job. And he's going to be punished for playing conservative football. That's what he's going to be punished for.
There was a thing actually. The minute we considered the equalizer, Ronaldo said something to the bench. He was literally screaming at someone. He was quite angry.
Yeah.
Even that, just such a stupid schoolboy counter attack to concede, man. It was pathetic.
Yeah, it was
pathetic.
I was unhappy with the way Bruno took the corner. I was unhappy.
Guys, I don't even want to just put it on, like, I don't want it to come across that Fred was horrible and we're just ganging up on Fred. Even Luke Shaw was to blame for that. He got done. He got done.
Everyone made mistake in that.
He got done.
Yeah.
Guys, okay, listen, just because something that you mentioned right now, because of the Ronaldo factor that you're talking about, how I feel that it's just complicated things further for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's not made it easy for him because the last 2 games, I don't know if you guys have noticed. I mean, I'm sure if you would have definitely noticed. We keep playing long balls. We keep hooving up balls as if he just trying to find Ronaldo one way or the other. It makes no sense.
But no tactics. It's just hope for
Ronaldo's there.
Yeah, hope for a magical moment. That's what I'm saying. There's no real philosophy. That's what I don't see. I don't see a philosophy. Like, you know, you could almost look at the Sir Alex Ferguson era and be like, well, what was his philosophy? Realistically, it was get the ball wide and get the ball in the box. But I don't know, football was different back then, you know? Like, some people could argue against the Barcelona teams in the finals, could we have been a bit more tactical? Wayne Rooney thought so in one of his interviews, but you know, he had so much class versus the other teams, and players just wanted to play for him. It's a bit different. It's different circumstance, different times. You know, the guy's a legend. You look at
just to counter that point, Luke. I'm so sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but you know the difference between that would have been Sir Alex. If Sir Alex in this generation, in this period right now where tiki taka and gegenpress, everything is in. You know what Sir Alex would have done, because he was beautiful at it. He would have made sure that he hired the right coach under him, which is what he did every single era. He would have done that.
Yeah, he was good like that. Yeah, he had the right stuff. But that's where Moyes' setback was. He came in, and first thing he did was get rid of all the backroom staff, wasn't it? So
I think, irrespective of which player he starts or benches, he needs to at least find the right balance. That is the only way he will get some tune out of this team. It doesn't matter if it's Pogba, it doesn't matter if it's Cavani, Ronaldo, Martial, but play the system in a way wherein you can find a good balance. There is no fucking balance in this team. And that's the saddest part. You don't see any cohesion in this team. And it's been going on for long and long and long. How much do you find excuses for that?
And do you know what's scary as well? Manchester United this summer, we changed up our backroom staff, right? To, you know, I suppose essentially be able to scout properly.
Yes.
Yeah. And bring in the right players. But you've got to argue that straight away. Is Sancho more of a like commercial signing, or is he an actual signing?
Commercial signing for me.
He's not balanced. Look at the balance. What the year before they should have bought him, but they didn't get him because they didn't pay the extra 10 odd million. We were dying for a good central defensive midfielder this year, and it didn't happen. We bought Sancho, and I'm happy we still bought Sancho because I think he's a great player. I rate him, but I don't think that back. I don't think all the changes that we've had and things like this, all the positivity around all the changes. This is why it frustrates me about Ollie. He's such a yes man, and I just don't see any changes at that club. And now I think the whole thing against the Glazers has sort of died down a little bit as well. And just because we brought Ronaldo back, the whole romantic. But you've got to look at the results, man. Football is a results game. Look at the results. We are doing shit right now. We've lost the young boys. 10 men, I know it wasn't easy, but do Man City, do Liverpool, do Chelsea lose with 10 men? Probably not to young boys. Look at Aston Villa, no excuses. Look at today, no excuses. How many games can this go on for? And to be fair, how we played today, look at the Southampton game, look at the West Ham game. There's just moments where we get lucky. We don't win it because anyone could say, even the neutral fan of, you know, someone who supports Tottenham or whatever, be like, Manchester United deserve to win that. We never really do. To be honest with you. So I'm really struggling to see where this team is going, and I really struggle to see a bright future at where I am right now. Prove me wrong, Ollie, please, but I can't see it. Yeah.
Are my last words coming in from you?
Actually, I will just say that, as I will agree with Luke, like Ollie is a yes man, and the protest which was going on against Glazers, that's why they decided to sign Ronaldo, Varane to keep us quiet. So they were like, and even after the signing of Ronaldo, it was the first time when the Glazers came to watch us. Have you seen that clip? Yeah.
How fucking shameless is that person?
Yeah, he came to watch that. I'm like, that fucking guy is here.
Oh God. No, seriously, man. Okay, guys, you know what we'll do? We're going to end this stream right away, right now. And we're going to go and get back on for a different stream for the player ratings. And I'm just going to let's just leave it to this, because we can continue for hours and hours and hours, and we are not going to reach anywhere, to be very honest.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna.
Okay.
All right, guys. So this was the end of this video. Please wait for the player ratings that are going to come out instantly after this one, just like in the next couple of hours. And make sure you guys drop in your comments and what your thoughts are about Ole, the match, the way things are going right now. And that's about it. Thank you so much for coming on. I hope the result would have been better. This would have been a better conversation to have.